According to the 2020 National Electrical Code, specifically Article 680, Section 680.8b, addresses the required distances for electrical raceways and cables from in-ground poles. The primary requirement states that raceways and cables must be installed at a minimum distance of 5 feet, or approximately 1.5 meters, from the inside walls of the pole, or from the inside edge of the pole's deck, whichever distance is less. This regulation aims to maintain a safe separation between electrical wiring and the pool environment, minimizing the risk of electrical hazards to people using the pool, and to reduce the potential for electrical equipment near the pool to become sources of shock. This distance helps ensure that any potential electrical faults or leakage currents are less likely to pose a danger to swimmers or individuals in the immediate vicinity of the pool. The National Electrical Code recognizes that under certain conditions the 5-foot distance requirement may not be practical or necessary. Therefore, an exception is provided for situations where the raceway or cable is installed underground. Specifically, the exception allows the raceway or cable to be located closer than 5 feet to the pool if it meets specific installation criteria. This exception is granted only if the raceway or cable is installed underground and enclosed in one of the following approved conduit types: firstly, rigid non-metallic conduit; secondly, Schedule 80 polyvinyl chloride (PVC) conduit; or thirdly, intermediate metal conduit. Rigid non-metallic conduit, often made of PVC or fiberglass, is a type of electrical conduit known for its resistance to corrosion and its non-conductive properties. It is commonly used in underground applications where exposure to moisture and soil chemicals is a concern. Schedule 80 PVC conduit is a thicker-walled version of standard PVC conduit, providing increased physical protection and resistance to damage. Its robust construction makes it suitable for direct burial applications where the conduit may be subjected to mechanical stress or impact. Intermediate metal conduit, or IMC, is a type of steel conduit that offers a balance between weight and strength. It is lighter than rigid metal conduit but still provides significant protection for electrical wiring. IMC is often used in applications where physical protection is important but weight is a consideration. The requirement that the raceway or cable be enclosed in one of these specific conduit types serves to provide an additional layer of protection against electrical hazards. These conduits are designed to withstand the rigors of underground environments, providing physical protection to the wiring and preventing moisture from entering the system. The installation of electrical conduit near in-ground pools requires careful consideration of the National Electrical Code requirements to ensure the safety of pool users and to prevent electrical hazards. The 5-foot distance rule provides a general guideline for maintaining a safe separation between electrical wiring and the pool, while the exception for underground installations allows for flexibility in situations where the distance requirement is not feasible. It is important to note that the specific requirements of the National Electrical Code may vary depending on the edition of the code that is in effect in a particular jurisdiction. It is always recommended to consult the latest edition of the NEC and to consult with a qualified electrical professional to ensure that all electrical installations are performed in accordance with applicable codes and standards. In summary, when installing electrical conduit near an in-ground pool, the following guidelines should be followed. Firstly, maintain a minimum distance of 5 feet between the raceway or cable and the inside walls of the pool or the inside edge of the deck, whichever is less. Secondly, if installing the raceway or cable underground, it may be located closer than 5 feet to the pool if it is enclosed in rigid non-metallic conduit, Schedule 80 PVC conduit, or intermediate metal conduit. Thirdly, consult the latest edition of the National Electrical Code and local electrical codes to ensure compliance with all applicable requirements. And fourthly, engage a qualified electrical professional to perform the installation and ensure that it is done safely and in accordance with all applicable standards. By following these guidelines, you can help ensure the safety of pool users and prevent electrical hazards associated with swimming pool electrical systems. The National Electrical Code, or NEC, is a comprehensive set of standards and guidelines for electrical installations in the United States. It is published by the National Fire Protection Association, or NFPA, and is updated every 3 years. The NEC is widely adopted by state and local jurisdictions as the basis for their electrical codes. Article 680 of the NEC specifically addresses the requirements for electrical installations in and around swimming pools, spas, hot tubs, and other similar bodies of water. The purpose of Article 680 is to minimize the risk of electrical shock hazards to people using these facilities. The NEC provides detailed requirements for a variety of electrical equipment and wiring methods used in pool and spa environments, including firstly, underwater lighting, secondly, pool pumps and motors, thirdly, heaters, fourthly, ground fault circuit interrupters, or GFCIs, fifthly, bonding and grounding, and sixthly, wiring methods. Ground fault circuit interrupters are critical safety devices that are designed to protect people from electrical shock. A GFCI works by monitoring the current flowing in a circuit and quickly interrupting the power if it detects a ground fault, which is an unintended path of electricity to ground. GFCIs are required in many locations around pools and spas, including for receptacles, lighting, and electrical equipment. Bonding and grounding are essential for ensuring electrical safety in pool and spa environments. Bonding involves connecting all metal parts of the pool and spa system together, such as the pool reinforcing steel, metal equipment enclosures, and metal piping. This creates a common electrical potential, which reduces the risk of voltage differences that could cause electric shock. Grounding involves connecting the bonded metal parts to the earth, providing a path for fault current to flow back to the source and trip a circuit breaker or GFCI. The NEC specifies the types of wiring methods that are permitted for use in pool and spa environments. These wiring methods are designed to be resistant to moisture, corrosion, and physical damage. Common wiring methods used in pool and spa installations include firstly, rigid metal conduit, secondly, intermediate metal conduit, thirdly, rigid non-metallic conduit, fourthly, electrical metallic tubing or IMT, and fifthly, underground feeder or UF cable. In addition to the general requirements of Article 680, the NEC also provides specific requirements for different types of pools and spas. For example, there are specific requirements for permanently installed pools, storable pools, and spas and hot tubs. Permanently installed pools are those that are constructed in the ground or on the ground and are intended to be permanent structures. Storable pools are those that are designed to be easily disassembled and stored when not in use. Spas and hot tubs are self-contained units that are designed for recreational or therapeutic use. The NEC also addresses the requirements for electrical equipment that is located near pools and spas. For example, the NEC specifies the minimum distances that electrical equipment must be located from the edge of the pool or spa. These distances are intended to prevent people from coming into contact with energized electrical equipment while they are in or around the water. When planning and installing electrical systems for pools and spas, it is essential to consult the latest edition of the NEC and to follow all applicable requirements. It is also important to work with a qualified electrical professional who has experience in pool and spa electrical installations. An electrical professional can ensure that the installation is done safely and in accordance with all applicable codes and standards. In addition to the NEC, there may be local codes and regulations that apply to pool and spa electrical installations. It is important to check with the local authorities to determine what codes and regulations are in effect in your area. By following the requirements of the NEC and local codes, you can help ensure the safety of people using pools and spas and prevent electrical hazards associated with these facilities. The National Electrical Code serves as a crucial guide for ensuring safe electrical practices, particularly in sensitive environments like those surrounding swimming pools. Adhering to its guidelines, such as those outlined in Article 680, is paramount for preventing electrical hazards and protecting individuals from potential harm. The specific requirement detailed in Section 680.8b regarding the distance between raceways, cables, and the pool structure underscores the importance of maintaining a safe separation between electrical components in the water. The 5-foot minimum distance aims to mitigate the risk of accidental contact with electrical wiring, which could lead to electric shock or other serious injuries. However, the code recognizes that strict adherence to this distance may not always be feasible due to site constraints or other practical considerations. Therefore, it provides an exception for underground installations provided that certain conditions are met. By allowing raceways and cables to be installed closer to the pool when buried underground and encased in specified conduit types, the code strikes a balance between safety and practicality. This exception acknowledges that underground installations offer a degree of protection against accidental contact and environmental factors, reducing the likelihood of electrical hazards. It is crucial to understand the rationale behind these requirements and exceptions. The primary goal is to minimize the risk of electrical shock to individuals in or around the pool. Water is an excellent conductor of electricity, and even a small electrical current can be dangerous or fatal. By maintaining a safe distance between electrical wiring and the pool, the code reduces the potential for electrical current to flow through the water and endanger swimmers. The exception for underground installations is based on the principle that burying the wiring provides a physical barrier that reduces the risk of accidental contact. Additionally, the specified conduit types offer further protection against moisture, corrosion, and physical damage, ensuring the long-term integrity of the electrical system. When planning and executing electrical installations near swimming pools, it is essential to consult the latest edition of the National Electrical Code and any applicable local codes or regulations. These codes may vary depending on the jurisdiction, and it is important to ensure compliance with all applicable requirements. Furthermore, it is highly recommended to engage a qualified electrical professional to perform the installation. A licensed electrician will have the knowledge, skills, and experience necessary to ensure that the electrical system is installed safely and correctly, in accordance with all applicable codes and standards. In addition to the specific requirements outlined in Article 680, there are other general electrical safety principles that should be followed when working with electrical systems near swimming pools. These include, firstly, always energizing the circuit before working on any electrical equipment. Secondly, using appropriate personal protective equipment such as rubber gloves and insulated tools. Thirdly, carefully inspecting all wiring and equipment for damage or wear. And fourthly, testing the system after installation to ensure that it is functioning properly. By adhering to these safety principles and following the guidelines of the National Electrical Code, you can help ensure the safety of yourself and others when working with electrical systems near swimming pools. It's important to remember that electricity can be dangerous, and it's always best to err on the side of caution. If you are unsure about any aspect of the electrical installation, consult with a qualified electrical professional. The information provided in this discussion is intended for general guidance only and should not be considered a substitute for professional electrical advice. Always consult with a qualified electrician or other licensed professional before undertaking any electrical work. Electrical codes and regulations are subject to change, and it is important to stay up to date on the latest requirements in your jurisdiction. By taking the necessary precautions and following the appropriate guidelines, you can help ensure the safety of yourself and others when working with electrical systems near swimming pools. The NEC is not static, it evolves to incorporate new technologies, address emerging safety concerns, and refine existing requirements based on field experience and research. Each edition of the NEC undergoes a rigorous review and revision process involving input from a wide range of stakeholders, including electrical engineers, contractors, inspectors, manufacturers, and safety experts. This collaborative approach ensures that the NEC remains relevant, practical, and effective in promoting electrical safety. One of the key areas of focus in recent editions of the NEC has been on enhancing safety around swimming pools and other bodies of water. The code has been updated to address issues such as stray voltage, equipotential bonding, and the use of ground fault circuit interrupters, or GFCIs. Stray voltage, also known as neutral to earth voltage, is a phenomenon that can occur when there is a voltage difference between the neutral conductor and the earth ground. This voltage difference can create a potential shock hazard for people in contact with grounded metal objects such as pool ladders or handrails. Equipotential bonding is a technique used to minimize stray voltage by connecting all metal parts of the pool and its surrounding area together. This creates a common electrical potential, which reduces the risk of voltage differences that could cause electric shock. GFCIs are devices that are designed to detect ground faults, which are unintended paths of electricity to ground. When a GFCI detects a ground fault, it quickly interrupts the flow of electricity, preventing electric shock. The NEC requires GFCIs to be installed in many locations around swimming pools, including for receptacles, lighting, and electrical equipment. In addition to these specific requirements, the NEC also includes general requirements for electrical installations near swimming pools, such as the minimum distance that electrical equipment must be located from the edge of the pool. These distances are intended to prevent people from coming into contact with energized electrical equipment while they are in or around the water. When planning and installing electrical systems for swimming pools, it is essential to consult the latest edition of the NEC and to follow all applicable requirements. It is also important to work with a qualified electrical professional who has experience in pool electrical installations. A licensed electrician can ensure that the installation is done safely and in accordance with all applicable codes and standards. By following the requirements of the NEC and working with a qualified electrical professional, you can help ensure the safety of people using swimming pools and prevent electrical hazards associated with these facilities.